Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We're here to talk about some Star Wars related stuff.
Star Wars stuff, dude.
That's what we do because it's Han, and he took shots first.
Yeah, he did.
So everybody knows that George Lucas had all this stuff written from the beginning.
You bet your sweet ass I did.
He never changed his ideas or had any different ideas. But contrary to that, I have two things that were originally supposedly scrolls that he had written for original drafts of the first Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack has not seen these.
True.
We're going to play through these and talk about how silly they are. So let's get into that.
Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
So this first one. Until the recent Great Rebellion, the Dainogas were the most feared warriors in the universe. For 100,000 years, generations of Dai perfected their art of the personal bodyguards of the king. Something, Royal Space Force.
Chief architects of the Royal Space Force expanded the king's power across the galaxy. Oh, man, the furthest stars.
Legendary warriors. Hey, I can pause
All
it.
but extinct, one by one, they have been hunted down and destroyed as enemies of the new galactic kingdom by a ferocious and sinister rival of the warrior sect, the Legions of Letu. Wow, how unterrifying. We're getting invaded by who? The Legions of Letu. Okay.
Let's go back to the first thing. Until the recent Great Rebellion, the Dainogas were the most feared warriors in the universe. Now, if I'm not mistaken,
You aren't.
Dainoga is the trash compactor monster.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that he just used that name or somebody saw this script and was like, well, he didn't use that. And there's a big weird dick monster in the trash. Let's call that a Dainoga.
Yeah, I think that's 100% right. Whether it was him or not, probably not. But it could have been.
In this, it sounds like Dainoga is an analog for the Jedi.
Yeah,
Because
but
the next
also,
thing here is that, like, for 100,000 years, generations of Dai perfected their art as personal bodyguards of the king. So I'm going to assume that this is obviously things change. There's an empire and there's whatnot.
right.
But a king, the Dainoga. So they're the original Jedi in this version, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and this is probably the same era where he's using like the Bendu and the Bogan and all that when he's calling Mace Windu is I think the Obi-Wan Kenobi character. The Obi-Wan character was going to be General Mace Windu.
Okay.
Now this goes right in with that. It looks like. I mean,
the Invincible
Royal
Royal Space Force.
I mean, man, I'm glad he didn't go with this one.
Yeah, expanding the king's power across the galaxy from the celestial equator to the farthest stars.
So he was going to have it be a whole fucking monarchy dictatorship, but like a benevolent one.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Until the rival emperor. Because, I mean, look, you got Jedi building the Invincible Royal Space Force and helping expand the king's power. Sounds like colonialism to me, dude.
Yeah, because now we've got these legendary warriors are all but extinct. So the Jedi,
Yep.
right? One by one, hunted down, et cetera, et cetera. So he kept some ideas for later.
But it does sound like he's doing a general race instead of religion.
Yeah.
Ferocious, sinister rival. The
Yeah.
Legions of Leto.
I think Sith is cooler.
Sith is so much cooler. Bogan is cooler than Leto. That's like Jared Leto.
the sinister legions of Jared Leto.
What do you call fucking 30 Seconds to Mars fans? Sinister legions of Jared Letos. Look at my Letos. I have 10 of them.
That's like his, if he had a Joker army from the Snyder cut there.
Yeah.
Those are the sinister legions of Leto.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, more Jared Leto. That's what will make this fucking DC movie better.
No. Let's know. So yeah, that's a fun little fucking scroll. I mean, there's a couple things he kept with, but mostly glad you abandoned it. Dainogas just don't sound as cool as Jedi.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe Jedi is just ingrained into us now, but I just don't think Dianoga sounds scary,
No.
like intimidating. Jedi sounds intimidating.
Yeah, it sounds proper.
And then there's this other one that is from another draft that is much, much longer.
Okay.
And we do know about Star Killer.
Yeah.
So this is something new, but it also says episode 1. Weird.
Interesting. Interesting, George.
So episode 1.
Thought about it. The Star Wars Republic Galactica is dead.
Galactica. Galactica, like
He's not
Battlestar.
borrowing from anybody else. It's fine.
Ruthless trader barons driven by greed and lust for power. So a little bit of the Phantom Menace there.
Yeah.
Have replaced enlightenment with oppression and rule by the people with the first galactic empire. Okay, so we
So
kept
we're
that.
back into the Empire.
Yeah, and then
right?
especially
We
the
got that.
first galactic empire.
Yeah. I like this next part. Until the tragic Holy Rebellion of 06.
That's their 9/11, dude. Until the tragic Holy Rebellion of 06. It's not spring break. Fucking Daytona Beach 06. Woo!
We got here the respected Jedi Bendu of Ashla. So he just shortened it. So the most powerful warriors in the universe. So we're keeping that from the other one. Obviously, we know that carried through.
100,000 generations. We got Jedi, though.
Yeah, Jedi Bendu Knights learned the ways of the mysterious force of others, which we have talked about before, right?
The Fu.
Because don't they say something about that in Rogue One? One of the guys, it's either
Danny.
It's either Danny Yen or his buddy,
Or Baze
or
Malbus.
Donnie Yen, or his buddy.
See, I fucked you up on that one.
Yeah, they say the force of others has acted as the guardians of peace and justice in the Republic. Now these legendary warriors are all but extinct. One by one, they've been hunted down and destroyed by a ferocious rival sect of warriors, the Black Knights of the Sith.
Okay, it's much cooler than the Jared Leto's.
Because you've mentioned before, and I never really thought about it, because I guess I was still pretty young even when the prequels came out, a teenager. But the Sith were not mentioned until episode 1.
Yeah.
So
At
here
least
they are,
at least
episode
on
1.
screen. Yeah, and definitely a little bit of that trade kind of thing, the Trade Federation, just greed and power and, cold hard credits.
And we get back into the original scroll a little bit here.
Period of
Civil
Civil War.
War. The Empire is crumbling into lawless barbarism throughout the million worlds of the galaxy.
Which I wouldn't say is barbarism.
Well, not anymore. In the original version, they were.
Thanks to the Empire.
We've still got the celestial equator.
We love that
farthest reaches.
celestial. We love that celestial equator. That is what I'm going to start calling my butt crack.
It's the farthest reaches of the Great Rift.
That's what I'm calling my butthole.
So there's 70 small solar systems that have united in common war against the tyranny of the Empire.
Okay, so a much grander rebellion. That's not even a rebellion. That's a civil war, as they said.
Yeah, exactly. Under the command of a mighty Jedi warrior known as the Star Killer.
Ooh.
The Rebel Alliance has won a crushing victory over the deadly Imperial Starfleet. So back again, ideas that went on to be used in the actual original.
Yeah. And Star Killer, I mean, he dropped that name because it's so, it's killer. It's right in there. Luke Star Killer just sounds so much more intimidating and ruthless.
And it goes along with, changing that goes along with Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Right? The original title there for number 6.
But then Jedi don't take revenge. The Sith do.
The Empire knows that one more such defeat will bring 1,000 more solar systems into the rebellion, and Imperial control of the Outlands could be lost forever.
The Outlands. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, he obviously got a little bit closer to what he was going for on that one.
It sounds like the core galactic empire would still remain after that movie. Like, yeah, you won your Outlands and all these other solar systems are free, but the core galactic empire is still there. Like, you got to go into Rome. You can't just beat off Roman fucking colonies. You got to go into Rome.
You can't just beat off Romans, dude.
Can't even beat off Romans unless you're in Rome. You can beat off Romans in Rome.
But yeah, I mean, so you can see the steps he's taking. I'm really glad he didn't go with that first one.
Yeah.
Like the king and the kingdom and the Dianogas and the Jared Letos. It's just a lot.
Especially because he started getting more political with the original trilogy, whether you like it or not. And I think that shows here where he's like, fuck, I don't want a king. No one's going to want to root for a king.
Yeah, exactly. And that one is a little confusing too, because it's like there's the good king and then there's the bad king, but they're both kings. Is that what we were going with?
A king and a rival emperor.
Yeah. So it's just
somehow emperor bad, king good.
Yeah. So
history has shown us.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. It was something I came across.
I definitely enjoyed it.
The depths of the internet.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. And it's fun to see whether it's expanded universe or the things like the sequel trilogy using names and terminology that he had abandoned. I think we've said before, the Bendu is a creature, embodiment of the Force kind of thing that'll show up in Rebels. So, I mean, Filoni definitely knows this shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure it's like becoming president when Dave Filoni started taking over all the Star Wars stuff.
He got the book.
Secret book.
Yeah.
He had to go with Nick Cage up to the Library of Congress and get it out of the secret hidden shelf at the top. Ed Harris was chasing him. I think that's a different movie, but...
I mean...
Same series.
No, that's the second one, right?
Was it the second one? Yeah. I don't know. It's one where he kidnaps
the president.
Bruce Greenwood.
The president.
President Bruce Greenwood.
I'd vote for him.
Well, yeah, it's just something fun to talk about. If you guys have any input or if you've heard something different or if there's another version that you know of, comment on here. You can watch this video. You're watching it either on Spotify or YouTube, or if you're listening somewhere else, just send us an email at hantookShotsFirst@gmail.com, because I won't necessarily see the comments everywhere. I can see them on Spotify for sure. I can see them on YouTube for sure. But yeah, if you guys have any input, let us know. We'll talk about that, because it's fun to see where this all came from and to disprove that George Lucas knew what he was doing all along.
And hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you liked the sinister army of the Letos.
I mean, it would be sinister.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best thing I can give it.
That's for sure.
Yeah, so thanks for tuning in. If you want to hear us talk about more stuff like this, like I said, comment, let us know. I'm sure Jack will have some deep vibes, deep dives that he wants to get into.
Absolutely, I want some deep vibes to get into.
So I've been Derrick.
I'm Jack. May the spotchka be with you.
Clink.